Hello there, my name is Hassan Abdul Aziz, a member of 7, presenting car rental system. Car rental system. Car rental system gives you the opportunity to rent a car. Yeah, and then our car rental system has a function to display the cars that we are renting, and then a function to help you rent a car, and then a function to return the car you've rented. Yeah, so I'll start off with hash include. Hash include gives you the opportunity. It's a directive that gives you the opportunity to use that standard input and output H command. Yeah, that's the printf and then the scanf. Yeah, and then you go all the way to struct. A structure is a function that contains variables of different data types, or it can be the same data type. Yeah, and then it's all stored under a particular name. As you can see, I've stored it in cars, and then we go the way to take customer information. Yeah, that's we are storing the customer's information, because you can't rent a car to someone without getting their information. And then we'll be taking the person's first name, the person's second name, and then with the 50 in front of the car numbers, it just tells you that the car number, the variable or data type, can take only 50 words long. The words should be only 50. Yeah, and then car names, and then floats, rental rates, int availability, and then with the customer information, we have chap first name and then the chap phone number. Using chap for the phone number means if you use int, 0 is not an integer, so it won't store the 0. Yeah, so if you want to store the 0, we have to use chap, and then we go the way to a function to contain a function that will hold the customer's information. Yeah, and then the function holds the structure of how we want the customer's information to be held. Yeah, and then its name. So the function, we have printf, it will print the person's first name, taking the person's first name with scanf, aligning it to first name in the structure, and then print phone number, taking the person's phone number, storing it, and then sending it to phone number in the structure. Then the void function, a void to display cars. The void is a function that returns no value. Yeah, it returns no value. So with the void function, we are displaying the cars, which contains the structure of how we want the cars to be arranged, and then the array of the cars. That's in here we have 7 cars. We are using 7 cars, and then an int is a data type that returns a value. Yeah, so with that, rent a car is a function that holds the the structure of the cars as you want, how you want it to be presented, and then the array, and then a void return car, a structure holding a function holding the structure of the cars also holds the array. Okay, so I'll be leaving it here for my next colleague Tonia to complete. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so my name is Tonia Dompredapa, and to continue from where Aziz stopped, this int main is a function which is the entry point of the program. The struct car 7 is an array of car structures with the details of 7 cars. So we have GV123, GV124, and so on, which is the model of the car. We have Toyota, Honda, Ford, which is the name of the car. The 50, 60, 150, and so on is also the rental rate per day. And the ones here shows that the car is available for rent. So moving on, we have WOW1. This starts an infinite loop that displays the main menu of the car rental system. So printf is going to print Tonia car rental system. The second one is going to print menu. The third one is going to print view available cars and rent a car. The fourth one is going to return a car, and the fifth print is going to exit the program. Here we have int option. This prompts the user to enter an option from this menu and stores the option in this option variable. So if you print f, it is going to print choose an option, and the scanf %d ampersand option stores the option you are going to choose in this option, which is the variable option. So moving on, we have the if statement, which handles the user's choice. So if the user chooses enters option 1, it calls the rent car function. So this will be the function. If the user chooses 1, it will call this function here. If the user chooses 2, it will prompt the user to return a car, or if the user chooses 3, the user is going to exit the program. Any other number apart from 1, 2, 3 is going to return O or print invalid choice, so the user should try again. So this is all about this function. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ajmedia Francis Jr., and I'll be taking it from here. I'll be explaining the functions to display cars. Void is before the function to display cars. Void is a data type that does not return any value. As you can see here, there is no return value here. It does not return to 0, it does not return to any value. Display car function. The display car function holds the structure of how you want the cars to be arranged. As you can see here, we have only 7 available cars here. We print the available cars and we break to the next line. To print the available cars, we use the for loop and an array index. As you can see here, int I is equal to 0, I less than 7. That's the array index. It means we have only 7 available cars. Starts from 0 and ends at 6. And the I++ is the increment. I++ is the increment. With an if conditional statement that prints the available cars number, the available cars number, the available cars name, and the rental rate a day. A day. I will end here for the next person to continue.
Kwabena Asari, Bediaku. Okay, so I have int rent car. Calling on a function of the structure of the cars is just calling function, and I have declared an int statement here. An int statement as int car choice, car base. I've declared it as an integer value, and also this is here to call on a function which displays the list of the cars. Also, this is also calling on a function of the customer info. Calling on the customer info. This over here. So the customer who wants to rent a car has to select a particular car. So I have my print statement as enter the car number to rent. Enter the car number, either car 1, car 2, car 3, car 4. And the scanf %d indicating that the car choice is an integer value. Ampersand car choice, close brackets, semicolon, because every statement ends with a semicolon. So there's an instance where a user will select a car choice which is less than 1 or greater than 7, because you know that the list of cars is up to 7, from 1 to 7. So if the car choice is less than 1, double bar, meaning or in C programming, car choice is greater than 7, or the car is not available. This means the car is not available at that moment. So you should print F invalid selection or car not available, and you should return the user back to the beginning of the rental system to start all over again. So I have a print statement which tells the user to enter the number of days and scan F percentage D, indicating that the days is an integer value. So I have another print F statement here which tells the user the total cost of the car corresponding to the days. So it calculates the car the rental rate. It calculates the cost to be the rental rate times the number of days and it tells me that the user that this is the particular car you have selected, this one here. So I have another printf statement which is the customer information. The customer information is there. So the customer, this calls on a function which has already been declared, telling the customer to enter his name or her name, his telephone number or her telephone number, and after the name has been keyed into the system, it should be printed to the user as this is your name and this is the car you have selected. So Mr. or Mrs. and the name of the user, which the customer first name and the car he has rented. You have rented percentage string, the car choice, the string. Also the customer name, so a string, return 0, semicolon. Thank you.
So my name is Apache Dennis, the last member of the segment. I'm here to explain the rest of the code left. So for this code left, you have to return a car. So let's say I've rented a car, These functions are here to receive our process. So for here we have a return car followed by an array of short cars, 7 cars. And down here we are going to take an input of a car number. Yes, we need a car number to return a car. Each and every car has a car number. So to return a car, we use the car number for that. And this comes with the condition. So down here you can see car choice less than 1 or car choice less than 7 or car another array is available. Also below you can see car choice minus 1, available is equal to 1, which marks available, which F have returned in the mean. So all what this is doing is that if I input a car number which is not in this range, it's going to give me invalid selection. Or if I've input a car which is already available to print the car was in. And with this part, if I've already rented a car, so let's say I get car 1 and put car 1 over here, it's going to print this, it's going to execute this. But if I place car 2 over here, car 2 wasn't rented, car 1 was rented, so it's going to do this. That's what this condition. Thank you.